This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. RAMP.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247, in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father had died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death, and his hometown of Eterno, was not everything that it appeared to be. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. I'm Baya, and tramp is an old Germanic word meaning long, toilsome walk. It was basically the original walk of shame, hence the definition of the word now. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. I need to talk about traps, not tramps. Anyway, enjoy.
Day 3. Morning. The Hidden Cave. Brasscane says, "No, this room was made by dwarven hand. This is one of the dwarves' work, or, from the looks of it, a lot of them.
How old do you think it is?"
I'd easily put several hundred years on this work." And he's like running his fingers across the walls that are still super flat and like really beautifully done. But he's like, yeah, maybe several thousand.
But what does it mean?
Bastille says, "I wish I could help you with more. I will research this as much as I can. Maybe Telmika can help me."
Yeah, I mean, they look like divination and enchantment spells, so maybe it's some sort of protection.
That is very good. Very good. I'm really surprised that you would know such things about these.
Well, I've been around.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think you're right. This does seem to be divination and enchantment. Interlaced, worked together in one spell. I've never seen anything like this. It's beautiful.
Yes. Now, maybe we should, I don't know, maybe get back closer towards the bigger rune to see if somebody shows up. The Zill have been coming out at night. I'm not sure what time it is now.
Would any of you know? I mean, Vartan, you kind of have that natural sense, right?
I got that speech with Beast and Leaf, but I don't know if that would really affect like my.
I think that just lets you talk to them.
Yeah,
you
it
can't
just lets me
understand them. They can't talk to you.
Yeah.
But heading back to the main room is probably a good idea. We can set up some sort of ambush for whoever comes in. We can figure out what we're going to do when they get there.
I would say you guys went around dawn to get breakfast. You waited for that, which was about a half hour. You came back to the house. You took the portal. You investigated, walked back down and back forth. So I would say maybe a total of an hour and a half since dawn. So it's still pretty early morning.
Do we want to get them involved in the ambush?
I mean, the more bodies, I don't know how much help Bastille will be. But
He seems to have magic, maybe. I don't know.
I'm still unsure about Bastille because of how he treated Talmika before he knew we were there.
He could just be a jerk. That doesn't mean he's evil. And
it does in my book.
We know that it was in Kirian's journal that we read that Talmika seems that she's lost a step mentally since Bastille showed up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could be fresh.
Well, no, it was after the death of Kirian.
Yeah, Kirian's journal showed that Talmika was of sound mind with all of the conversations that he had. So it was after Kirian's death that all of a sudden it seems to be some kind of debilitation.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm Talmika, Judge Greystone, and Timorin have all changed since the death.
Mm-hmm.
Those three have been the most affected by it at this point, which could be due to grief, but could be because they're involved.
I trust Bastille.
Okay.
I don't remember why, but I do remember after our initial conversation with him in the bar, thinking he was more trustworthy than I initially guessed he would be.
Well, I mean, that's what the rolls told us.
Yeah.
But
well,
his
I like
voice says
Bastille
something
too.
else. Yeah. Fair.
It couldn't hurt to have two more people. But I don't know if they want to camp out in a cave all day.
Yeah, I mean...
So you two, were y'all trying to stick around down here till somebody showed up?
The agreement I made with Bastille was that we would come down here and we would take a look and see what we found. And if we found something dangerous, we would head back to town and I would send out a group of our soldiers. Well, I mean, you saw them last night. A group of our guard to come on down here and hold the fort. Find out if anyone comes and find out how the Zill are coming into Eterno.
Well, the Zill prints seem to start from the rune, that teleportation rune. I think maybe the less people that know about it, the less people that can go running off and telling whoever's doing this that we're setting up an ambush or something like that. Maybe we should hang back in the cave around the corner, wait for somebody to show up. Got a spell down there that does a little jingle in my head, and it tells me somebody's there. So if they come down here, I'll know, and I'll be. You know what? I could even turn invisible, and I could sneak up on them and grab them.
I think he's right, Brasscane. I think we should keep this limited to our group for right now. This teleportation circle is nothing like I've ever seen before, especially something that could let that many creatures through at once and from another realm, I would guess. I've never seen creatures like this or heard any reports from the Church of Greyhawk. These are monstrous creatures that come out of old stories and fables. Now, I don't think we should be scaring the city guard with telling them that there are magic portals in a nearby cave.
Brasscane says, well, at least let me send a message back to Greystone or Timorin. I'll let you decide. And let them know that I won't be back to set the guard for the farms tonight.
No.
Somebody needs to protect the farms just in case this isn't the only spot.
That's fine. don't give them any details. Just say something's come up and you are investigating. Just make something up, but just give them the bare minimum information that you won't be back. Somebody else needs to set up the guard.
Bastille says, I can cast a message spell for you and send it off. Let me get ready for it here now, and I will say, Brasscane and I have uncovered something that requires further investigation, and we will not be back until after dark. Please have the guards set themselves stationed in their appropriate places at Timorin and Terranil's farm. Does this work for you?
Yeah, that's vague enough to not give anything away.
All right, well, I will send it off on now. And he sends his message out. A little crow appears in his hand, a little magic crow appears in his hand and flutters out the cave. Who did you have Bastille send that message to? He offered up Greystone or Timorin? Greystone makes more sense for Brasscane because he reports to...
I trust Timorin more than Greystone.
But we want Greystone to think that things are normal?
I would rather Greystone not have any idea what's going on ever.
Okay.
But that's just me. So I vote for Timorin, and then he can go tell Greystone if he wants to, but I don't trust Greystone. I don't like the idea of letting him know what's going on. He's the mayor, so it makes more sense, but I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
The judge.
Same thing.
So is that where you guys want to go, Timorin?
I feel like Timorin would be too suspicious because Greystone directly deals with the guard. I don't know. Who do you normally report to?
I report to Greystone. Directly to him.
And you told him the information that I told you to tell him last night, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so I think we should send it to Greystone because that's less suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, if he just says that he just said that he wasn't going to be there, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't be back tonight. So somebody else has to set the guard.
Can we, retcon and make him say that he's just not feeling well? Have Bastille send another message that he's just not feeling well and won't be there to set guard?
Well,
to Greystone?
It's a small town. Greystone might go check on him.
Okay. I guess I'll side with Ovyck because Greystone is...
Okay, so Timorin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's his farm anyways.
I'm going to buckle and be like, yeah, I guess both of y'all are right. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
So Bastille says, yeah, okay, so Timorin or Greystone then?
Timorin.
Okay, all right. So he sends the little crow out to Timorin.
Cool.
Okay, now we can go to the Home Alone sequence where you guys are cutscening and getting some Legos and stuff to
get
set a trap.
Paint cans.
Can I break off a stalagmite and attach a rope and attach a javelin to it, and then the weight's gonna swing into the
Yes, you can. You don't even have to roll for it. I just love it.
Or do we want to catch him by surprise? Well, I guess that would catch him by surprise with the javelin flying at him.
I mean,
that's all I could think of. That's all I got for traps.
Yeah. I mean,
here's the problem with traps. We saw that Bastille and Brasscane came in, so it's not necessarily going to be people that we want to murder walking through there. And even if they are the ones setting off the Zill, do we want to murder them before we've had a chance to talk to them or figure out what's going on or why they're doing it? I think that's
no, we definitely want them alive.
Yeah.
Well, so like I was saying, we can hide around the corner. If they got some kind of light, I could see them. and then I could just turn invisible and like get up to them and just knock them out or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if they come in the next 8 hours, we still got the 6 hours
spell.
by now.
Yeah.
We still got the
I
alarm.
blend in with
still
the
got the alarm
cave
spell
walls.
for 6 hours.
Or even if we set a snare or a net trap. Does anybody have a net or any rope?
I got 50 foot of rope.
I mean, a snare.
I guess
would
we got
be-
enough time to make a net.
Brasscane says, I've got a net.
Yeah, so we could set a snare. We could. I don't know how quickly y'all dig, but we could set a little trap. I mean, there's a world of possibilities here in how to disarm and disable someone without murdering them. I mean, a swinging down net, snare trap, seem pretty easy to make.
That wouldn't be too hard to place at the spot where you come out of the thin area as well, where you had your core set, of course. It drops into the open area. You could put a net there that could grab them. I don't really know how traps work myself, but it seems like if you could create one, that bottleneck point would be the best place to put it.
And how far up the path is the bottleneck?
Didn't you just come down here? Maybe 20 minutes walk back up the path?
I think that's a little too far.
That is.
Because we want to keep them in here. I don't know, maybe... You know what? When we were coming down the tunnel and we were listening to what y'all were saying, I mean, we were obviously, like, I had that alarm there, so we knew somebody came in. And I don't know, we listened to what you said to make sure you weren't the bad guys. And I mean, what y'all said made us feel better. And I don't know, maybe because we know there's two of them. Maybe they'll talk and they'll give us a little bit of information on what their plans are, and then we get them. Maybe we can have it to where we activate the trap or something.
Or also, I can just cast darkness and then tie them up while they can't see.
Yeah.
And then we can question them.
Are you sure there's two of them, Vartan? I can definitely tell that there's two sets of footprints here. But one of them looks like your footprint. A little bit smaller.
Yeah, that's got me wondering. I mean, I know I'm big and everything, but I'm kind of a light walker. I've learned how to walk without causing too much of a disturbance, so I can't be tracked and stuff like that. So those smaller footprints and seem like mine. It kind of got me questioning some things, and yeah. Did you see my dad get buried?
Bastille says, just tell him what you found, Brasscane.
Brasscane says,
well, I didn't see your footprints coming in here. I kind of assumed that I would have after what happened last night and seeing things, but I didn't, so that's why I was taken aback when I found you in the room. But I think these footprints are your father's. And I was there when they buried the body.
Did you see the body?
Yeah. I saw what was left of it.
But yeah, those definitely aren't my footprints. And I did suspect that they were my father's, and maybe... Because I've not even gone to his gravesite. But Bastille brought up something about people don't die around here. People don't get sick. You probably don't realize it, Brass, because you're always here. You don't see what's on the outside world. But maybe he's back. And I kind of suspect that something's going on with what he was studying before he died.
Do you believe that people were engaging in necromancy?
I don't know. And I feel like children are involved too, and that really, I don't know what to think right now, really.
Greyhawk would not approve.
What?
Greyhawk. He opposes all things necromancy. It's unholy and unnatural. If that's happening, we need to root it out now.
So let's get this trap set up and wait for whoever's summoning the Zill. But I don't think putting it where the path narrows is the best idea. Because if we're going to hide in that other tunnel, we have to cross the room and then 20 minutes up the other path. We should set it up. We should set it up in the main room where the portal is.
That's where we got the alarm spell. Well, I guess we'd have to cast it again, but
well, it only lasts.
Well, if we're watching, we don't have to cast it. So.
Yeah, I would say that. So you're going to set it up in the main room. Who is going to be in charge of the process of setting it up? I'm going to do one survival check for that to put it together. So whoever has the highest survival.
Mine's a +3.
I'd have a +4.
No.
just no. All right, so with the amount of time that you have to build this, I will give you advantage for setting up this trap.
Good. Fuck. I rolled 2 2s in a row.
What about that inspiration?
Well, I mean, didn't have to choose that ahead of time?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
You can choose.
I don't make you. You can use it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to use inspiration. Hey, nat 20.
Bow.
So 24.
Roll it again because your 20s can stack.
Yeah. 12. No.
Okay. So no, you orchestrate everything. I mean, between yourself with Brasscane and Bastille's kind of not really any help at all. But you're able to get everything put together, get the trap exactly where you want it in a spot that makes sense. And then you guys post up for the day. Is there anything else that you guys want to do before we segue?
Like while I'm like tying knots, I'm going to look at everybody and be like, I'm really good at tying knots. Like, just to throw that in there.
It's very impressive. Baya gives him a pat on the shoulder. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two, since I taught you how to do the spell.
Yeah. I'll show Baya how to tie knots while I'm going to be explaining it out loud, like how to tie different knots.
She's taking note.
You do notice Brasscane and Bastille exchange some very interested looks throughout the process of setting up this trap, but they don't challenge you, and they do everything that you tell them to do.
All right.
Anything else you guys want to do before we move on?
I'm going to eat.
Okay.
I'll have some water and, I guess, ready. Oh, shoot. If we're gonna do anything magic in this area, I feel like it might pull the spells towards the portal, right? I wonder if that would do that with darkness as well. Interesting.
Probably a safe assumption that
yeah.
any magic we cast will be affected by the room.
Yeah. She's gonna ready detect thoughts.
All right.
Okay. And Ovyck, are you doing anything?
I'll get ready to cast Emboldening Bond once everything kicks off, but that's it.
As the day progresses, and much to the disappointment of our heroes, no one ever comes.
Wah, wah.
But I will say, for putting this all together, go ahead and take an inspiration for each of you for putting this brilliant plan together. So 1 inspiration. And I'll also give you guys the heads up that there were people who would have known that that Brasscane and Bastille were coming down here that could have tipped them off when they didn't come back. Of those people, you sent a message to Timorin
Greystone would have known where Brasscane was going for the day to begin with because he would have reported back before he left for the day.
Yeah. And
there was an argument between Bastille and Talmika already. And yeah, there are two other people, but they're not quite as obvious. So I will let you guys chew on that.
Well, so
we've narrowed our suspect pool at least a little. Might have been Cody if they stopped for rations like we did, but they probably have food in their house, so they wouldn't have.
Magno knew that we were going to be searching around here because Magno was in the farm.
Cody and Magno were the other two, so I will give you guys that as well. Because you did plan all this stuff, and I feel a little bit bad that nothing.
Well, I was about to ask Brasscane and Bastille who would have known that they were down here.
They would, both of them. So I assumed you guys had these conversations. Both of them would have said during that conversation. Bastille would have said Talmika knew that he was coming down, and then Brasscane would have said that Greystone knew that he was coming down. And then you guys sent the message to Timorin. So that is definitely how you guys know for sure those three know. But then your deductions for Cody and for Magno both hold true as well. Magno knew that you guys were interested in the tracks, and Cody knew that you guys packed lunches, and also the other two packed lunches to come down here.
So I got a question for you, Brasscane. Cody, where was Cody whenever all of this was going down last night with the Zill attacking? Like, everybody was holed up in different places. You know where everybody is, or where everybody's holding up at. Did you ever see Cody?
I assumed he was at his inn, but I could be wrong. I guess at this point in everything, it's not safe to assume much, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping you had at least seen him or knew where he was or heard where he was. Was there any
really
lights from the inn last night?
Just the common room.
And nobody else hides out there?
Just him and Magno. Magno was with us.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put a detail on him?
Can you trust the detail to be discreet?
I mean, I could put one of my real city guard, one of the trained soldiers on him. I could trust them.
Yeah, as long as they don't give it away.
Cody is the one that told Magno how to kill a Zill.
Yeah.
But if...
And he's a badass.
But if Cody and Magno were the ones behind this, why would they tell anybody how to murder what they're summoning? Why would they share it?
I don't know.
To seem useful, maybe?
Bond villains always tell Bond the plan before leaving him in a room, so...
That's fair. I mean, I can see from Cody's side getting somebody to trust him, but I don't see what the purpose of Magno doing it would be.
Magno's not from Eterno.
Right.
I don't think she's a suspect.
Yeah, well, neither her nor Cody are from here. But she seems kind of like Cody's her idol, or at least how it came off and she was looking for him. But Cody's hiding from his past. He might be a king. He might be the brother that killed the king. I don't even know the history of that, but...
Yeah. All we know is that Morrissey is the Zill's master. And...
Who the fuck's Morsey?
So...
Bad guy.
Yeah.
I know, that's what... We don't know.
Who is...
We don't know. Yeah. It could be Cody, alter ego. We have no idea.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Ethereal Embrace, and A Fool's Quest production. Vartan the Furbog Fighter is voiced and played by Adam Culbertson. Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, is voiced and played by Tisha. Ovyck, the tiefling cleric, is voiced and played by Chris Johnson. And I am Nico, your GM. Please remember to drop us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcatcher. Music provided in part by Midnight Syndicate, makers of the original Dungeons & Dragons soundtrack. If you would like to follow us on social media or say hello to the cast, details on where to find us will be in this episode's notes. Remember, be safe, we love you all, and stay foolish.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses, so don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.